Shalom. Making another video, and then I know a lot of people are under subjugation, intimidation, and one of the neighbors now driving away. Probably go tell because they're watching everything I do in my home. My children's mother, and I don't know, she may have been under coercion to do what she do. So she came over to try to take me to cash these checks I told you I write to cash. However, when I went to one of the locations, I was going to go ahead and do it because I get under notice and I have the right to cash them. But I noticed, I have the right to overstand the numb the gear, being myself. So I do so as myself. But since I have the right to overstand the numb the gear, I showed them this to show the name of the numb the gear that I have the right to cash the checks over. Then, I had not been cashing checks, so I've been keeping them. And the checks say not payable after 1 year from date of issue. It's far from 1 year from now. So they're trying to say, well, we can't cash you because it's over 30 days late. Well, that's their policy. No, they work for the corporation, and the same corporation that's here overstands the same corporation. So it still should be payable under 1 year, and it has not been near 1 year. Then I noticed, see this document? See how that color right there? They talking about that's a reissue. That's a lie. See the color of those are the real checks. They're trying to get me to cash, and I voided it again. You see that? They're trying to get me to cash this check, and I'm not saying LaSarah sent these. This could be the Gangstalkers that done this to try to force me under their rule. You see that? That says allowance. These here say exempt. That's a key. Then, like I said, I already gave them the notice I have the right to do it, so I was going to go ahead and do it. But then they took it to the back. It says when any check cashing place take anything to the back. So I don't know what they're doing. So I started asking questions. And then, I wasn't trying to be rude, but I have to speak up before I let them subrogate me. So I have to speak up and let them know where I'm coming from. I was not being rude. I was just being confirming, meaning to know exactly what is going on before I sign anything. That's all I was doing. So, like I said, I avoided that one, and now they're saying, well, this is a mom and pop shop. We're not a corporation. All operations is operating on this land is under the corporation, is licensed. So they still must issue what is mine by right. So now they don't want to issue mine by right because I don't accept their mark of the beast. And then on the way back, then she shows her true colors and goes into issue because they probably recorded everything they said. And like I explained to her, that it's already been determined that I have the right to do that in my proper capacity. I have the right to overstand the corporation that's under the color of law. I have the right to stand on the law of the land. That's not the color of law. The color of law is not the law of the land. She kept on trying to mention, talking about, well, the Most High said you got to live by the law of the land. But what do you not understand? And I'm not going against her. I'm just explaining what happened. What you understand? The law of the land is not the color of law. I am operating by the law of the land, which says, U.S. Article 6 says, all debt belongs to the corporation. And no allegiance is required. No religious test is required to receive what is mine by right. Also, U.S. Article 4, Section 1 states, full faith and credit should be given to the people, which are the living states in every other state. Then they were going to do it as long as I want to do it their way, which is under the color of law. I don't want to do it that way. She's like, well, you can't tell them. I said, well, I'm not trying to tell anybody anything. I'm just trying to put on the record that they will understand that I do not choose to be subjugated, segregated, hypothecated, nor any such thing. And even the letter I told you about that was from the Vatican, not that he's my head, but he's their head. And even in that letter, he said you must still stand for what is in your right capacity. And she said, well, everybody else got to do it this way. You don't have to do it that way. Well, that's why you couldn't cash your check. Well, I've already shown you time and time again why I have the right to do what I'm doing, because I'm not in violation of the law of the land. I'm not in violation of the Most Highest law. And I am not going to subjugate myself under the color of law. Well, we're not going to cash your check, basically. That's what, so many words. And then the lady started talking about, well, I'm done talking to you. We can refuse to serve anybody we want to. You can't refuse to serve a man standing in his proper capacity, because you're still operating under the color of law. Tomorrow, we're a mom and pop store. You still have a license, which still means you're operating under the corporation, and therefore the man who already told you that's over the corporations by his private attorney said you cannot do those things, since you're operating with a license. The license has already been determined to be null and void. So if you're going to operate at all, you still must do what is right. And I'm not operating in dishonor. I'm operating in honor. And I have the right to ask a question when things don't seem right. And just because if I don't understand everything, I understand enough to know that these are two different documents. You have three that say exempt. Let me go to exempt. Let me see. Go to exempt. Go here. This is the Webster's 1828 dictionary. See, exempt is operating on the credit side. That's the positive side. Let's go here. That's fine. And I do not give anybody authorization to come and violate me in any manner for standing on my rights. I'm not disrespecting anyone. I'm not. I'm just standing up for what is right. It said to produce credit or honor, to credit, to give reputation or honor. I was honorably retired. That's on the credit side. See. Exempt. Let's see what it says. It says exempt, literally to take out or from, hence to free, or to permit to be free. So these checks here that I just showed you that says exempt, that means they're from the credit side. This here was trying to entrap me because they're gangstalkers. To cast this check, which means they doesn't necessarily exempt, we're trying to put me under their jurisdiction, which I've always, when I received it in my proper capacity, I've always been exempt, because that's on the credit side. The gangstalkers are trying to get me to cast this by deception, to admit to knowledge being unservitude. And that is not right, because Sarah never said they were going to send that to me. They said all the checks would be the same, exempt. And then also, now, because of my overstanding through that same notice, it states that even insurance, as far as like medical and different things like that, that should not be charged anyway, either. So I don't acknowledge that, but if they take it out, you know, that's on them. You know, I don't give them permission because I know now through overstanding. So I can't give them permission to take that out either, but if they take it out, it's on them. So now I wasn't allowed to receive what is mine by right because of gang stalking tactics, and maybe that was the whole thing behind this anyway, to get me over there to know that I was going to do that, so they can try to say, well, we're not going to cash it. So now they're going to say, well, we tried to cash it for him, but he didn't want to let us cash it. No, you were trying to make me cash something that's exempt. That's not exempt. That's trying to put me under your jurisdiction. And I just showed you the proof. So, well, I'm just going to trust the Most High, but I'm not going to receive the mark of the beast. All right, your next video. Shalom.